Hello, VC. It's Jeff once again. Back with you. This is the second video I'm recording today. I'll probably upload this probably tomorrow, which would be Saturday. This is a Spin Zone video, and I've got probably 7 or 8 records here, I think, which consists of everything that I've listened to over the past week or so. And the weather is finally getting warmer. It's finally sunny. Windy as hell. But I guess spring is slowly trying to sprung. Spring is trying to spring? I don't know. Does that make sense? No. Babbling already. Okay, we're getting right to the vinyl. Aretha's Gold is a brand new reissue from Rhino Records. It's off of their Start Your Ear Off Right campaign, which consists of a group of albums that they reissue several times a year. I think twice a year for sure, maybe 3 times a year. So this is a brand new copy, and it was reissued on gold colored vinyl. If I can get it out of the sleeve here, I will show you. There we go. That actually looks pretty gold for gold vinyl. It's actually got a bit of a swirl to it, and of course the classic red and green Atlantic Records label. This is essential listening to anybody. I think this should be in everybody's collection. It's one of those records that are just front to back killer, even though it's the greatest hits, and greatest hits albums are designed to be that way. This is really a killer album. Aretha in the 60s, backed by the Muscle Shoals house band, which included Duane Allman at times, and just a fantastic music, produced by Jerry Wexler. It's got soul, it's got heart, emotion. She can sing like nobody else. It still bums me out that we lost her recently. And yeah, for that reason alone, there's Duane right there. So, this was only $20, something like that. I found this on eBay, and maybe 22. But if you don't have this in your collection, you need to get it because it's that good. So, enough said on that one. Aretha's Gold. Another one that's a real winner is Just As I Am by Bill Withers. Original copy on the Sussex Records label. This is the one that's got Ain't No Sunshine on it. That was the hit. And I can hear my dumb dog walking back there. Jinx, what are you doing? Get out of there. Stupid dog. Anyway, this album's a good mix of like singer-songwriter acoustic ballads, kind of like Ain't No Sunshine, and then other tracks are more more musically sophisticated. You know, he's got more of a backing band to him, almost orchestral in some places, very soulful, funky. You know, he covers Let It Be on here, he covers Everybody's Talking, and this is a great album too, front to back. The only problem is this copy is noisy. So if there was ever, I normally wouldn't hunt down records again, at least not at this point in my collecting career. Like to upgrade, you know, that's something I kind of rarely do, but if I ever did come across another copy of this that was in better condition, I'd grab it. It's that good. So Just As I Am by Bill Withers is a fantastic record. Speaking of Bill Withers, I've got a copy of Still Bill coming, which I found on eBay. I found an original copy of that too. That should be in better condition than what this one is. But that was his big album with Lean On Me and Use Me and stuff like that. So that's in the pipeline. That's coming. But this one is very, very worthy too. Then, when I went to my storage unit to get the slip mat off of my backup turntable to use for a day or two until my new cork one arrived, which it did, and so far it's working okay as far as static goes. There is a stack of records that are there that I keep for mostly sentimental reasons, but don't necessarily have the space here at home to keep them, so I just have them in the storage unit. I knew that this album was there, and this is one of my dad's albums. If my dad's watching this, hi. And I think they watch my videos, that's why. I think both of them do, my mom and dad. I love you guys. Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs by Marty Robbins. And there you can see his name right there. And I knew this was in the stack. And before, I always kind of just passed over it because I always thought it was kind of in crappy condition. What I didn't know, upon taking a closer look, is that it's got the original Columbia inner sleeve. Now, this is something that I've never seen before. Nothing too spectacular, but having an inner Columbia sleeve that's in pretty nice condition all in all is a cool thing. And of course, this being the 60s, it's a 2i. So this is a 2i mono copy. Best I can figure out from the matrix code and the dead wax is that this is repressed from 62. It's about the closest I can come. I couldn't find an exact match for the code that was on here, but there was kind of like a generic listing for a reissue that was in 62 that was kind of close. It's like 1 or 2 letters off than what I had. So I'm calling it from 62. This album originally came out in 1959 and was originally a 6i. So I took it home, and there's another album that's coming up in another minute or two that I also brought home with me. It didn't look like it was in that bad a shape, because it was sitting in an inner sleeve, which did protect it to a degree. So I cleaned it. It was fairly dirty. And by the time I was done cleaning it, letting it air dry, it looked like it was in pretty good shape. So I put it on the player and I played it. And surprisingly enough, it sounds really good. I mean, it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. It's still noisy, but not as noisy as other records that I've been playing recently. So I was pretty surprised by this record. And the music is not necessarily my kind of music, being a country album, but this is more, it's a country album, but it's more melodic. He's singing about, things other than my truck broke, my dog died, my girl left me. You know what I'm trying to say. So this was almost like a Western album, really, because it was all about, gunfighters, obviously, and, Big Iron is one of the big songs on here. El Paso, Running Gun, Billy the Kid, They're Hanging Me Tonight. These are all pretty darn good songs. Marty Robbins has got a really great voice. I never really paid attention. So, glad to put this in my collection. And I can easily see myself playing this again. So, and it's a 2i. And you guys know how much I love the 2i Columbia labels. I love the 6i's too, but those are a lot harder to come by. You can still find the 2i's relatively easily. So yeah, this was a pretty good discovery that I didn't know that I already had. Gunfighter Ballads and Trail Songs by Marty Robbins. The other album that I brought home, besides that, was another Johnny Cash. It's Johnny Cash Sings the Ballads of the True West. Now this one is not as good as the Marty Robbins album in terms of condition. It's a double album. Here's the gatefold, lots of writing here, as you can obviously see. Covers in pretty sad shape, actually. The top is split all the way through on one side and about halfway through on the other. And neither one of these records were in an inner sleeve at all. They were just rubbing up against the cardboard. And even though they're also 2i Columbias, these did not make it through as unscathed as the Marty Robbins. Like I say, I know the camera covers up a lot, and I know it looks like a nice clean record when I show it here in the light, but trust me, when you look up close, you can see lots of those little fine scratches that you see on heavily scuffed records. That's the case here. So I cleaned this one too. I tried playing it briefly, and it was very, very noisy. It was like listening to sandpaper. And that made me cringe, and it made me worried about my needle, what it was being run through. So can't really tell you a whole lot about this album, other than that it was one of my dad's favorites. And it doesn't have any recognizable hits off of it. This came out in '65, I believe. This is an original copy. But yeah, this is another one of those posterity records. Just because it's for sentimental reasons. So that's the reason why I'm keeping it. Johnny Cash sings the ballads of the True West. I need a drink. Okay. My friend Hannah sent me the Rolling Stones for their Satanic Majesty's request. Showed this one a couple of videos back. Played it that same day, and it was it was the Stones' take on trying to make a psych album, I think. And She's a Rainbow was probably the biggest hit off of here, probably the most recognizable song, at least to me. And it was a very nice copy, very clean, very quiet copy, very nice. The music, it was okay. To me, the Stones have always been a blues-based rock band, even though they've kind of veered in slightly here and there throughout their career. They're always going to be, their bread and butter has always been blues and blues-based rock. So I didn't necessarily think this was such a good fit for them, but, being what it was kind of like the hip, cool thing to release, a psych album and try and be like the Beatles with Sgt. Pepper. So it's okay. It's not horrible by any stretch, but it's not, I wouldn't rank this among their best albums. But it was still interesting to listen to. I'm still glad I have it in my collection. Down the road, I'll probably play this again. You never know. But compared to, Let It Bleed, Beggar's Banquet, Sticky Fingers, it just doesn't measure up for me. So, sorry guys. But I appreciate it anyway, Hannah, so thank you for sending it to me. Then, after that, I played an album that I ordered off of Vinyl Me Please a couple months back by Jimmy McGriff. It's called Soul Sugar. And it is on the replica green Capitol label. Unlike all the Vinyl Me Pleases, I end up storing these like this. Like most, I think a lot of people store their records like this. I don't. But these, they don't seem to fit inside these jackets as easily once you take them out. I haven't come across any Vinyl Me Please record where it's been easy to get them in and out. They're very tight fit. So not taking any chances. Just storing them like this. This is a splatter vinyl. It's a clear vinyl with a, pink splatter. So I can get it out here and show you real quick. There we go. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool when it's spinning on the turntable there. And this is an instrumental album of Jimmy McGriff plays organ. And they do a lot of covers actually on this record. He covers Signed, Sealed, Delivered, Ain't It Funky Now by James Brown, Sugar Sugar. He does a couple of Spirit in the Dark, which is an Aretha Franklin song. And I'll just show you the back cover since I got the record out. Very funky record. You know, it's like I said, it's kind of a jazzy, funky, organ-based music, and it's kind of 1970, and I just liked it. I guess it's just me trying to slowly dip my toe more into the jazz realm, even though this is more of a more like a funky jazz album than anything else, than anything like a straight traditional jazz record, but still very enjoyable. And this was a Vinyl Me Please exclusive pressing. I think it was on sale. I think that's why I bought it, because somebody was talking about Jimmy McGriff when I was just rejoining Vinyl Me Please, and I saw this there, so I grabbed it. But I can't remember who right now. But in any case, I'm glad I did. This was a fun listen. Soul Sugar by Jimmy McGriff. Okay, now, I know in my last Spin Zone I showed you that Sleep Live at Third Man record set. No bueno. Couldn't finish it. I listened to the first 2 discs of the 4-disc set, and I just couldn't. I couldn't keep going. It's not for me. So I ended up just putting that on the shelf. But what I did do was I pulled Consolers of the Lonely out. This was the vault package from before the Sleep one. This came out, I got this like around right before Christmas, I guess. So it's been sitting in the crate for a couple months. And that's a shame, because this is a really good record. And I'm glad I spun this. I liked this one much, much better than the Sleep. And this is the one that has, I think I showed this originally when it came out. Let me pull one of these records quickly to show you. It has this bronze metallic colored vinyl. There's a good shot of it right there. You see that wave right there at the bottom? It looks like like foil is pressed in between the vinyl. And the sound is fantastic. And the music is fantastic. I really ended up enjoying this record. This was the 10-year anniversary reissue of this record by Third Man. And it also came with a 45 of 2 new songs. And the next vault package to come out is going to be the new album by the Raconteurs. So, and I guess they're touring and doing all that stuff. So, it was a very good, very, this record kind of restored my faith in Jack White a little bit, because, quite honestly, I didn't really care for his last album, Boarding House Reach. I just thought it was, okay. And then with this whole Sleep set, put me to sleep. I mean, not literally. I don't think anybody could sleep while they're listening to Sleep, but if you like them, sorry, don't mean to offend, but it just wasn't for me. So I was glad I got this Raconteurs record, and it kind of helped restore my faith in Jack White and Third Man a little bit, because I'm starting to feel like they're starting to lose it a little bit. I know that's not the case. It's just clashing of taste levels. That's all. Finally, the record I spun this morning is by Ray Charles, called Have a Smile with Me. This came out in 1964. Here's the back. And of course, this is on the ABC Paramount label. Here. Record was in pretty darn good condition. So I was very happy with that. And the music, there's actually, the only song I actually recognized off this one is Move It On Over, which George Thorogood covered famously on one of his records. That's the only one that I recognized. I didn't recognize any of these songs. If you can see the track list there. But I still liked it. I mean, it's not as soulful, say, as What Did I Say, like that album. You know, this was a little more like a swing band type of sound. You know, very orchestral with Ray playing, and then the Raylettes have a big presence in the vocal background of this record too. So I've got a bunch of Ray Charles that I've been meaning to get to, so I pulled one of them today to play. Very glad I did. Have a smile with me. We all need to smile, don't we? I know I do. I try to smile in every video because I don't mean to come across as grumpy or mean or anything like that. I'm not like that anyway. You guys know that. It's good to smile. It's good to be happy, I think. Even though sometimes the world tries to make it not that way for you. I know. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm just babbling. Okay, cutting it off here. We're at 20 and a half minutes. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting. I love any and all comments. And I try to answer everyone. I know a lot of times you might see me just put like the heart symbol on the comments, but I don't say anything till later. That's obviously because I don't have time to write anything, but I saw your comment and that's just me acknowledging it. And I love everybody's comments. You all get a love from me. You all get the love. I know. It's great, isn't it? All right, guys. Everybody have a good weekend. And take care. Be safe. Peace. And I will see you.